Okay, guys, I welcome you all to Keja Graphics. Today, we are going to learn this simple design technique. Okay, is it not beautiful? Okay, follow me as we dive deep into how to achieve this flyer. So, the first thing that we will be doing is we will go select our background. Okay, so we'll select our background, which is this very one. Then as we hit that one, we hit OK. Then the next thing that we will do is to delete everything that is here. Okay, so for us to do the delete, or to delete those elements on the canvas, then the next thing that we will do is to make use of this tool, which is the delete tool. So we select the first one, then we hit delete, select the second one, then we hit delay, then select the last one, then we hit delay. Okay, now kindly pay attention here. We are now going to pick our shape tool. For us to draw a shape tool, we will take this particular, or hit this particular tool, which will help us to access the shape tool. So when we hit it, we can see the shape tool here. So the next thing we will do is to click on the shape tool, and this shape tool will come by default. But assuming if this is not the shape tool that you want, then the next thing you need to do is to hit on this. Okay, then other shape tool will pop up. For example, when you hit on it, then you can see other shape tool here. You can see other shape tool here. Okay, but this is the one that we want. So this is the one that we want, so we will keep to this. So we'll hit done, then we will try to minimize it and make it in this format. Then we position it well, then we will do a copy of this by making use of this very tool here, which is the copy. Okay, so we hit copy, then it will what copy, then we will do what again, we do copy again, then we position it this way, we do copy again, then we hit it down like this, we do copy again, then we have something like this, then we hit copy again, then we have something like this. Now let's reposition them, all of them well, then we have something like this, have something like this. Okay, so the next thing that we will do is to go to the layer panel. The layer panel is the very one on top here. Okay, then we will hit the layer panel. Then as you can see on the canvas, these are the layers that we have on the canvas. Okay, if you don't know what canvas is our working area where actually we are designing. So this is our canvas, this is where the designing is taking place. Okay, so now let's quickly go back to the layer panel, then we'll make use of this very tool, which will help us to merge all the layers. Okay, so we will hit on this particular tool here, then as we hit on it, then you will notice that all these side properties attached to each layers will change, and it will be changed to a check box. So let's do that, then you take notice. Okay, so you can see all of them have been changed to a check box. All of them have been to a check box. So what we need to do now is to mark each of them, especially the ones that we want to join together. But in our case, we will be joining all of them together. So we will hit each of them. Then after doing that, then this very tool here will help us to merge the layer. So we will hit that one. When you hit it, they will ask you, are you sure you want to merge the selected objects? Then you hit OK. As you are done hitting OK, then you can find out that we now have only one layer here. Okay, which means all the layers here are being merged into one layer. Now let's quickly go back As we go back, the next thing that we will do, kindly pay attention. The next thing we will do is to take another shape again, spread this one to fill the whole canvas. Are we following? Let it fill the whole canvas, then you hit done. Then the next thing you will do is to position this one, let the layer go down or let it be on top. Okay, so for you to do that, I told you that you will long press on this edge where the dot is. You will long press on it, then you will be able to position it or move it. Okay, so you do that, then you can move it on top. Are you following, please? Okay, so now the next thing that we will do is to try and change the color of these. So when we change the color, we will use this color tool here, which will help us to change the color. When you hit the color tool, you need to now come and enable it. Now when you enable it, then you know we have in color, we have gradient and we have color. We have gradient, we have color, but we are dealing with the color, so we are going to pick color. So as we pick color, then we can now give it black. Okay, then we will hit what? Done. So as we hit done, then we now have something like this. Now the next thing that we are going to do again is to go back to our layer panel. Are you following? If today is your first time on the channel, subscribe and you will not regret it. Now we are in our layer panel. We will still go back to this very tool here, which will help us to merge the layers. So we will merge these two again, then we will have one layer again. Is that clear? Now kindly pay attention here. What we are going to do, we are going to pick a tool called what? Erase color. The tool name is what? Erase color. Is that clear? Now when you hit on that tool, it will also ask you if you want to enable it. Then you will need to hit the enable button to turn it on. Then you will have something like this. Actually, what is happening here is that the white that we merge with the black, the white is gone, but rather we want the black rather should be gone and the white should be remain. Okay, so for us to achieve that, we will hit this eyedrop tool. This is called an eyedrop tool. It is used to pick color from one element to the other element. Okay, so when we hit that, then we can now position it by moving it. Okay, so we will move it to this very one, so you can see the colors that is picking is changing. Are you getting the point? So we move it to the black, then as you move it to the black, then you will hit what? Done here, not this one but rather this one. Okay, pay attention please. Okay, then you hit done. So now what actually happened now is that we are able to do what? To merge, to do what? We're able to create a window, rather not merge, create a window whereby the canvas will be showing through these very ones. Okay, so if you are confused about any step, can do forward the video back, then you will get what I am saying. Remember, practice makes man perfect. Now let's continue. The next thing that we will do is to pick our image. Then for us to pick that image, you will need to go to this very tool here. It is called import. If you hit on import, then it will what? Help you or afford you where you can get to your gallery, then take the particular image that you want. Now we are dealing with this particular image, this very one here. Okay, so when you hit on that one, then you will have an image here. By the way, if you don't have this particular resource and you're asking yourself where can you get this resource from, join the Telegram group. Join the Telegram group, is in the description. In there you will get the resources. Now let's enlarge these. I told you in our previous video that for you to enlarge a picture, don't make use of this node, NODE. Don't make use of that node, but rather make use of this particular node. This node will help you to spread or enlarge the picture evenly. But when you try these two nodes, it will rather stretch the picture. So let's try the stretching one. You can see the picture is being stretched, which I believe you agree with me that we don't have any stretch human being on this earth. So for us to have a perfect expanding of our picture, we make use of the right node, which will help us to expand it evenly in a nice proportion. Okay, so we have this. Now the next thing that we are going to do is to go back to the layer panel, where we will position it to the top. Okay, so we bring this very layer to the down. We bring this very layer to the down. Are we together? Are you following? Don't forget it. If today is your first time here, then consider subscribing. Then you will learn more about graphic design. So the next thing we do, we bring the layer down. So as we brought it down, then we now have something like this. How does it look? Now you can now go ahead and take your text tool. Then your text tool is the one very here, the very one here. You take it, then you hit your text. Then you can go to the edit here to edit your text. So we choose to write African beauty. So we have something like this. Enlarge it. Okay, so you have to enlarge it. Then we cannot go ahead and change the color. So we have, I suggest we pick a red color, because picking red will kind of combine or match the color on her head. Okay, so picking this color, I think it somehow match with the color on her head. Then we cannot go to the font here to go and pick a different font, a font which is in a form of italic. Okay, a font that is a kind of italic. So we are going with this one. Okay, then we hit done. Then indeed we are done. So this is how you create this simple piece. As I said from the beginning, if today is your first time coming across this channel, Keja Graphics, please subscribe and join the family. We love you. You are welcome. See you in our next video. Bye.